What's going on, guys? Dino Gaming here. And today I'm going to be doing a very different video. Today I'm going to be doing a tier list. And being Dino Gaming, of course, I'm going to be doing a tier list of the dinosaurs from the Jurassic series. Or the Jurassicverse, as I call it. But something interesting, well, something different I'm going to be doing is that instead of ranking them based on like how much I like them, I'm going to be ranking them based on how strong they are. So like S tier is gonna be like where like top 5 or top 6 is gonna be, and then like obviously F tier gonna be like the dogs that made that would like get one shot by everybody. Now, before we get started, I just have to do one thing real quick. Now, one thing is I put them in F tier because this is I didn't like this is my tier list. Obviously, I just found this tier list and like these guys they have no feats. They're not in the franchise. Like they are in the franchise, but not like officially. We don't have anything for them, so yeah, there's no point doing them. But now, let's actually get into it. All right, first one up is a Smilodon, and it really doesn't have that many feats. Like I mean, sure, like it could like easily overpower like an average person, but like it couldn't really like outrun like the campers. So yeah, it speeds their learning that, and plus we don't have a whole lot for like durability. I mean, like it took like a bite from the Spinosaurus, but like the Spinosaurus was just like grabbing it there. It wasn't like using its full bite force. So yeah, but it doesn't. It's not like it's not weak, so I'm not gonna put it in F tier. But it's also not really strong, so I'm gonna put it in D tier. All right, okay. Angel and Rebel. Now these. Now listen. Alone, like if they were alone on here, like not together, I would put them in at F tier. But together, they are in D tier because combining both their forces, obviously. So I'm actually gonna put them above the Smilodon because I definitely do feel like if they fought the Smilodon, like actually wanted to fight him, they could definitely win. Okay, but now we're going right from the bottom up all the way up to the top. Big Edie's without doubt S tier. She's literally one of the strongest dinosaurs in the franchise, being capable of manhandling the Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus weighing in around like 7 to 8 tons, which is like crazy. Being capable of manhandling. All right, but Little Edie, Little Edie, Little Edie, like she was able to take like bites from Big Edie and like also able to knock her down. So I'm gonna put her in A tier, but she won't probably be at close to the top. Okay, the next one is the Camp Cretaceous Spinosaurus. Now listen, this guy right here is the largest version and also was the most durable, as he took damage from Bull in Jurassic Park 3. Like, okay, yeah. Also, by the way, real quick fun fact: this is the same. These two are the same. This is the same Spinosaurus as the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. A lot of people I see don't understand that. I've seen so many people making videos about that, like where they just don't understand that, or they just like it's like they make their own like universes of that, and they just make it so that way like this is a completely different Spinosaurus than that, which is not true. This is they are exactly the same. So Spinosaurus, aka Acid A7, he goes at S tier, but we obviously did see that Big Idiot outclassed him. So yeah, he is like because like he's the most durable, and also like in there we get a chance for him to see like him like break through like things like rock and stuff like that, and also being capable of knocking down Big Edie and things like that. So yeah, okay, Firecracker, um, F tier. She's not really okay. She's not really strong. Okay, but the Camp Cretaceous Velociraptors. They weren't really that strong either, so I'm gonna put them at top of D tier for now. Camp Cretaceous Dilophosaurus. These guys also weren't that tough, but they were like a lot smarter than a lot of the other Dilophosaurs. And like we did get a chance to see like how fast they are and things like that. But then again, they are most likely below the Velociraptors from Camp Cretaceous. So yeah. And Monolophosaurus, where would I put him? I put him kind of interesting. I don't know whether to put him above You know, I'm gonna put him below because I definitely think the Dilophosaurus could definitely beat him. Now, Nothosaurus. Nothosaurus is interesting because like it was able to like he had the campers like he has 3 kids on his back and he was able to move perfectly fine. So he definitely can like lift quite a bit. So like if he's able to withstand that much on him. So you know what? I'm not gonna put it. I don't know if I want to put him in C tier. I'll put him at D tier. Mm. You know, actually no. I'll put him in C tier. Yeah, because he could like because he easily could outclass these guys like with like low diff. Okay. Doe. Doe is without doubt A tier above Lil E. Like because like she and Buck were capable of like completely pushing the which I forget how much that weighed, but obviously it weighs like like way more than Spino did. And closer maybe like 10 tons. It was capable of pushing around 10 tons maybe. All right, and okay, Pierce. Pierce, like, listen, Pierce is like a complete underdog in my opinion. A lot of people don't really rank him very high, like in terms of power wise. But with one hit, he was able to knock down the Camperday Spinosaurus. So, you know what? I'm gonna put him at the top of eight, at the bottom of eight. I mean, all right. And Toro. Toro is probably the strongest Carnotaurus in the franchise. Toro, he's you know what? Um, hmm, um, hmm. I'm gonna put him at. I don't think he. I don't. He definitely probably win. And like, I mean, he was able to knock down Lil Edie, but like, that's. I'm. You know what? I'll put him at the top of B tier. I might change that. Okay, the Brads. Okay, listen. Brad, the basic Brad will go at F tier. Brad X goes at C tier. But combine them both together, I'll put him at D tier. Top of D tier. Right. Camp Cretaceous Compies, F tier obviously. But it is interesting because they might probably be like some of the strongest compies in the verse, maybe, because their venom works like incredibly fast. But then again, they still get like manhandled. So yeah, but like that's just obvious for a compy. Okay, the the Thylosaurus. Now the Thylosaurus wasn't overly strong, but it definitely was above Pierce. But you know, I'm gonna put him above. I'm gonna put him above those three because I definitely think he might be able to be. Okay, the Troodon. Troodons. They definitely go in D tier. I'm gonna put them at the top. They could they're like with how they are. We just one bite could like probably like weaken all of them. So yeah. Okay. All right. The Herrerasaurus. Herrerasaurus. I'm also gonna put at D tier, but you know what? I'm gonna put him below the Raptor. Or, actually, you know it's good. I'm putting them. Mm, this might be shocking, but I'm actually gonna put them above Angel and below Angel and Earl because they were incredibly weak. Like we all love the Herrerasaurus from Jurassic Park the game, but they were just incredibly weak. So yeah. All right. Okay. Now listen. This picture right here shows the concept art for Suchomimus in Jurassic World Dominion. I would have also put him at down here, but it did appear in Chaos Theory and did get a chance to get a lot of feats. So yeah. So and I'm gonna put him at I'm gonna put him below Toro. And crap, forgot to put Metricanosaurus at the bottom. Like I want him back. I want Metricanosaurus in the game. I want him. Like I want him in the franchise. If we can get him in Jurassic Park Survival, I want him. Because like I love this model right here. Metricanosaurus is incredibly underrated in my opinion. We need him in there. Like they talked about like how like we might get a chance to see like a brand new species that was like shown to be in Jurassic Park through like like the DNA. So if we can get a chance to see Metrocanosaurus, I would be so happy. I would literally be so happy. I know like some people would definitely want like Proceratosaurus. No offense, Metrocanosaurus would definitely be a lot better choice. All right. Anyways, Lost World Stegosaurus. Um, Lost World Stego. They were really strong, but I don't think I can put them any higher than B tier. Mm, yeah, like sure, but like then again, they're still like like they still weren't really that. Actually, I'm gonna put them above the Suchomimus because Suchomimus like it was like Suchomimus it struggled against the Hippo in there, and it did get beat by the Majungasaurus. So yeah. Okay, the Pachyrhinosaur. Okay, like the Suchomimus, the only reason why he's not also not at the bottom here is because he actually appeared in Chaos Theory and got some feats. It did incredibly struggle with the Allosaurus though, so I definitely think put a better fight against Suchomimus, but I still don't think. All right, okay, this one right here is arguably the strongest para in the franchise, the Lost World para, because like it was capable of like easily lifting up people, and like once it got out, it was like able to like easily like ram over cars and stuff like that, or at least I think it might have. Okay, but where would I put him? I'm putting him at I'm putting him at top of C tier for now. Okay, Lost World compies are they definitely like they're a lot smarter than the other ones, so I don't know if I want to put them above them though. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put them above them because like they were able to like work in better unison than these guys. These guys just acted like rats pretty much. Lost World Galley top of F tier. They weren't really that strong, but they could definitely mop over these three. All right. Mentrosaurus. Listen, it doesn't have any feats, but let's just say where it would rank if it had feats. Its tail, it could probably definitely be capable of like knocking over a lot of these guys. So where would I rank him? Unfortunately, though, the problem with sauropods in the Jurassic franchise is that like even if like we get a chance to see it fight, the problem with sauropod like it get a chance for it to like be in combat. The problem with sauropods in the Jurassic franchise is that they just can't fight. Like they literally cannot. There's been no instance in the entire franchise where one has actually fought. So, where would I rank him? Above, but I'm pretty sure though that Doe might probably be able to harm one to the point that it might collapse. All right, Lost World Packy. Mm. Lost World Packy's interesting because like, sure, it was like able to like ramming someone right, but still, it like wasn't really that strong because like, it like, well, I shouldn't say like it got like taken out because it really didn't. It got whole. So yeah, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in D tier, but where? I'm putting him above the Cretaceous Raptors. Because like with so much fort, they could definitely like chase the raptors away. So, and those raptors aren't really like super strong. Okay, but these two ones I don't know why they're both separate, but the two Lost World raptors there were like two variants, but there wasn't really a strength difference between them. They were most likely definitely stronger than the Packies, so but also you know what? Actually, I'm gonna put the Troodon below the Brad because the Brad X was incredibly strong. So yeah, a lot in D tier right now. Lost World Pteranodon, I'm putting him at top of F tier because like we don't have any feats, and I could definitely see a lot of these other guys beating it, even if we don't really have any feats. Okay, Jurassic Park Rexy. This is where it gets controversial. Get prepared, guys. Get prepared. Top 8 tier. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Calm down. Listen. There is a particular reason why Rexy is this, the Jurassic Park Rexy is not, at the top. There's a particular reason for this. Despite how many people say that, despite how many people say hey, Jurassic Park Rexy is, the strongest version of Rexy in the franchise, she's really not. A lot of people keep on saying that. Because, Jurassic World Rexy gets manhandled. But, the only reason why Jurassic World Rexy gets manhandled is because she goes against opponents that are stronger than her. It's like... It's like you saying that, Captain America, he goes against, Ultron by himself, and then Thanos by himself. It doesn't make him weaker. It just makes it that way, he's just going against stronger opponents. And the only reason why she goes at the top of A tier is because she has no combat experience. You know what? Actually, screw it. Rexy was actually, I don't hate me for it. Don't hate me for it. She had no combat experience. And the fact that, Pierce was able to knock her the spine out, just showed how strong Pierce was. So, yeah. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Okay. It's the only reason, like I said, the only reason why she's not higher is just because she has no combat experience. Listen, she was strong. Don't get me wrong. She was strong, being capable of knock her. Gee, crash into, crash into a big and fallen tree. But other than that, that's all the feats she has. She definitely is most likely the fastest version of Rexy because she definitely hit her top speed much quicker. And also, by the way, I would also like to point out this. Something that a lot of people don't understand is people say Jurassic World Rexy is slower simply because it doesn't catch. It's not it's going slower than or it's going the exact same speed as Claire. But Jurassic Park Rexy also did that when she chased Malcolm. Sure, she was catching up. Listen, a dinosaur they don't go at they don't go faster. They don't go at their top speed because they're trying to conserve their energy. They're going at something that they see slow, so they're just speed walking to it. It's as if you're a tall person and you're running and you're going after a kid. The kid's running, but you're just speed walking and you're still catching up to him. That's literally all it is. Okay, okay, both of these guys, both of them have no feats, but where would I rank them? Jurassic, listen, the Brackies, sure, they can, lift up, but from what I can tell, the Brackies just suck. They really just suck in combat. So, yeah, they definitely go, below Rexy, Jurassic Park Rexy. Okay, now the strongest iteration of Triceratops. The Lost World Triceratops. Lost World Triceratops, I'm actually probably gonna say goes probably above. Actually screw it because they have no feats at all. But they also go in after because they just did not have feats. Sure they're in the franchise, but they had no combat. We have no idea. Heck, we don't even know if these ones can rear up. Okay. Jurassic Park 3's para. Okay, Jurassic Park 3's para is interesting because it had one really good feat of the fact that it was able to push the Crotosaurus and push it aside for a second, but that's still also capable running down people and going incredibly fast, but that's still not that good. So I'm gonna put it at C tier, but below the Lost World one. It probably was most likely faster than the Lost World one. Or it could have just been because everyone was in a car and driving next to the Lost World, and the other ones are just running. That could have just been it. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Listen. Like I said, Rexy at this time cannot fight. So, it is going to go above Rexy. but I do think that he definitely beats Pierce, and he was like not like listen, he's not as durable, so he probably wouldn't last like I'd say it's like close to 50-50 with him versus Lil E, but I see it barely going to Lil E. Like, listen, if you guys don't like these hot takes, then I'm sorry. This is just my opinion. Please don't hate me. Okay, Bull is Bull can fight, so he goes above Rexy, but does he go above Pierce? Yeah, no, he doesn't go above Pierce. I could definitely see him taking out Pierce. All right, the female Velociraptor from Jurassic Park 3. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of like really good feats for either of them. Like for the female, like other than the fact that like they're able to jump really high, go really fast, are incredibly intelligent, able to set traps and things like that. But like other than that, they just didn't really have like a whole lot of good durability and strength feats. So where would I put them? I'm gonna say they're tied with the Lost World, with the Lost World Raptors. Lost World Raptors also just weren't. Also, I would also like to point out, Lost World Raptors were also like, and actually no, I'm gonna say the Lost World Raptors are below them because I just now remembered how weak the Lost World Raptors are. Actually, I'm gonna put them actually probably below because like they got like one got knocked out by a child, a literal child, and like their skin, like as we can see, can get like easily like, cut into and things like that. So yeah, they are not durable in the slightest. They're probably like the weakest Raptors when it comes to durability. A lot of people like the designs in it, and like they do a really cool like color scheme and stuff like that. But they are incredibly weak. So yeah, all right. Chris Torres goes at C tier. I want Chris Torres back. We definitely need Chris Torres back. I want Chris Torres back in the franchise. Let's get it in like let's if we can't get it in the new if we can't get it in Jurassic World Rebirth, I want it in. Can we get it in Camp Cretaceous? I want it or in the Chaos Theory. Can we get it in Chaos Theory? Because I want it in Chaos Theory. Or can we just get it in anything? I want it back. I want the Chrysaorus back. All right. Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaurus. First iteration of Ankylosaurus, literally had no feats at all. So yeah. Now the Jurassic Park bracket, it did have one main feat with the fact that when it hit the ground, it made the ground shake. So we definitely tell it was incredibly strong. But it is most likely like heavier than. So yeah. All right. Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon. Now Jurassic Park, like even though like they were capable of like somewhat picking up a person, they still were like really struggle with it, and like they could like definitely be like get the crap kicked out of them by a person. They also just like aren't like really that strong, like that smart. I mean, sure, like we could tell like they were able to like open the door, but that was just like like them seeing like a little like crack open, like trying to like hit it. They probably just been like ramming the thing for years, so it's definitely not really that strong. So um, all right, where would I put it? I'm gonna put it above the Lost World Raptors, but below Camp Cretaceous Raptors, because it just like they are like incredibly strong, but like they just don't really have like a whole lot of like good feats to back up a lot of things on there. All right, okay. Jurassic World Ankylosaurus, the Ankylosaurus now that we know. So like I'm just gonna go off the feats that we have for like everything of it. So it was capable of, like hitting Indominus, but like see the problem with Ankylosaurus in the Jurassic franchise is that their club tails are not that strong. Because like they hit something and then they don't crack bone. Like we see that with Bumpy when it hit Toro in the face, or we see that with like when it hit the Indom, it didn't crack bone on there. So yeah, so they're not overly strong, but they definitely do manhandle all the ones here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put them at top of C tier. Yeah, top. Actually, wait. I'm gonna put them. They're like. No, I'm putting them at top of B tier. Yeah, top beater. Yeah. All right. Okay, the Ceratosaurus. Now let's just base this off of not Jurassic Park three Ceratosaurus. Let's just base it off of the Ceratosaurus like from like Camp Cretaceous, which definitely does have a lot of good feats. Like being capable, like knocking around boxes and things like that, full of stuff. So, but that's still like not that good. So where would I rank him? He definitely probably above these guys, but yeah, I'm gonna say put him at top C tier. Okay, Jurassic Park. Okay, Jurassic World. At Apatosaurus. They are like like we did see like with like one swipe they're like push around Rexy. So but they're still like really not that strong. They're definitely below I'm gonna say they're above Jurassic Park 3 Rexy, but below actually screw it. They're above Pierce. They're above Pierce but below the other ones. Okay, Jurassic World Triceratops. Um you know what, I'm gonna put them they didn't really have like a whole lot of like really good feats, so I'm gonna put them there. Yeah. And Gallimimus, you know, yeah. Okay, the Stegosaurus in the Jurassic World franchise like literally has like almost like no feats. Oh well, other than the feats it got in Camp Cretaceous. So you can see that's like like able like its tail's strong enough to crack like logs and stuff like that. But that's still like not like that good with feet. But where would I personally rank him? I'd probably say he's probably tied with Triceratops or Jurassic World Pteranodon. These guys are incredibly strong. So you know what? I'm gonna say that they're you know what? I'm gonna say they're probably at the top of D tier for now because they do have like a lot going for them. All right, Dimorphodon. These guys really aren't that strong, so top of F tier. Yeah. Okay, but all right. Okay. Now, I think we all know where this is going. Moza is literally the strongest being in the franchise. Like, listen, I don't care how strong they make like the D-Rex. I highly doubt it's going to be above the Moza. And I highly doubt that the Moza from Rebirth is going to be above him. So, yeah. Or she is going to be above her. Yeah. Alright, the big one. Okay, the big one is definitely above these guys, but where would I personally... You know, I'm going to put him above the Troodon, but below the Brads, because, Brad X is still incredibly strong. Okay, but... yeah, and, like, listen. The Indom could easily class, like... I see a lot of people making debates about, like, Spinosaurus and the Indom and saying that, like, like... Some people think the Spinosaurus would beat the Indom, which is not true in the slightest. The Indom had like crazy amount of stamina, and like was incredibly smart. Had so many good abilities in his arsenal. So yeah, it's just like it could definitely like easily like outclass them because it's like much smart. Also, I would also like to mention the fact that like sure, like a lot of people would argue its skin's not that durable because like Rexy and the Raptors are able to pierce it. But you gotta like it might not like its skin might not be like super durable, but you gotta understand this. The Indom was like still like it was like it had so much stamina because after getting like ragdolled by Rexy, after getting like completely ragdolled by Rexy, she was still getting up and was just like looked at them and like put him up. She was just like put him up, put him. I ain't going down. Like she has incredible stamina. She has incredible stamina. Like a lot of people underestimate her now, and I definitely think that's unnecessary. Blue. Um, okay, listen. Her versus the big one is incredibly like like rough and things like that. But all I will say is this: Blue tanked getting like knocked into a brick wall and knocked into a pillar to the point that the pillar cracked and was still able to get up normally. So I'm sorry everybody, but blue does beat the big one. Okay, what about her siblings? Her siblings are below the big one. I'll put them equally because like I don't know like who's stronger than who after that. Okay, but all right. Okay, listen, a huge hot take here, and this is just primarily about my opinion. Jurassic World Dominion Rexy is the strongest iteration of Rexy for the primary reason of this. Listen, other version of Rexy, she was like sick or like completely malnourished. Like Jurassic Park Rexy just like she like was perfectly healthy and things like that, but she just didn't know how to fight. And Jurassic World Dominion Rexy clearly does know. And I personally do think Jurassic World Dominion is definitely stronger. Like Rexy weighs around like 8 to 9 tons, which is like about the same amount as these two. Or no, Spinosaurus weighs 7 to 8. Big Edie probably weighs like 8 tons, so yeah, so she definitely like is heavier than them. But listen, look, no matter what anybody says, even at her peak as she was right there, she still doesn't beat the Indom. She just doesn't because the Indom is so incredibly smart. It has just so much weaponry in its arsenal, it has so many abilities that it would just literally outclass Rexy. It doesn't matter, like, listen, here's a hot take. You can take Jurassic Park Rexy and Jurassic World Dominion Rexy, put them against Indom, and I see Indom coming out on top. With, like, extreme difficulty. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, the Packy, also didn't really get any feats. We did use like a good chance of like how like the size of it. But we like it literally only got like a slight second of screen time in the franchise, so yeah. The Paras aren't really that strong either. They get like completely manhandled and easily. So where would I rank them? Um, you know what? I'm gonna put them at the top of D tier. Yeah. Okay, the juvenile Allosaurus. Where would I rank him? Um, you know what? I'm probably gonna rank him there. Also, scratch D tier. He goes below above the Nothosaurus. He definitely beats Nothosaurus. Okay, Sinoceratops. Listen, the Sinoceratops is incredibly underrated with the with the fact that like it was capable of yeeting a. It was capable of literally yeeting a Carno. So yeah. But where would I rank him? Um, I'm gonna put him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him right there. Okay. Let's not say that this is the sixth Triceratops. Let's just say let's say this is Lady Margaret from the Jurassic Park the game, who had a really good feat with being capable of clashing with Jurassic Park Rexy, and I would personally put her above the people in B tier, but probably below the like I said before, below the Lost World one. Okay, Fallen Kingdom, Chaos. Now, she was Chaos is like I would also like to point out another fun fact. Her and this one, these two are the exact same ones. They had the exact same color scheme, and these are the exact same ones. And also, it was sad because this one obviously died, and we had no idea if Chaos actually died. And that, like, since they are the same, it confirms that the Baryonyx trio died. They said they died, and I personally thought that was very sad, in my opinion. So, where would I rank Chaos here? Now, you know what? I'm gonna put her at top of C tier. She probably is the strongest Baryonyx, and I do personally think she might be able to beat the other ones. Okay, Sigimalik, you know what? I'm gonna say he's tied with the Packy. Tied with the Packy because he doesn't really have like many feats to back up whether he's stronger. I mean, like, other than the fact that, like, like, they're capable, like, like, completely, like, yeeting people. But, like, so did the Packy. Alright, Fallen Kingdom Carno, probably the weakest, Carno in the franchise. Where would I rank him? I'm gonna put him above these two because, yeah, I'm putting him above. Actually, I'm gonna put him. I'm putting him there because like the fight between them was like close to 50-50 as the Sino just ran away, but I do still see the Sino coming out on top. Actually, I'm actually putting him below the Stego. Okay, the Fallen King and Braki also didn't get any feats, but and like we didn't get a chance to see like how much it weighed because it didn't make the like. Well, actually, no, scratch it. It did make the ground shake, so I'm gonna tie him with her Jurassic Park variant. Okay, now the Indoraptor. Where would I put the Indoraptor? The Indoraptor I'm going to put at the top of B tier. Because personally, I just think the other two ones here, I definitely think they could outclass him because he just wasn't really that strong. I mean, like from what I can tell, it looked like he got yeeted out by Blue, but I'm not 100% sure. He could have just rammed out, but either way, he's still like like kind of incompetent, or just the fact that like Blue just outsmarted him, or just like jumped over him. Um, the Jurassic World compies are the weakest compies in the franchise, so yeah. Okay. Allosaurus. Um, okay. Once also by the way, actually, the Allosaurus. We're gonna. Okay, the Allosaurus is. You know what? I'm gonna put the Allosaurus above below Toro, and I'm also gonna put because these are the exact same owls. At least I think that. At least I think so. But either way, there's not really much of a strength difference between them. Baby Trike. Mm, Also didn't really get many feats, but probably would personally be able to outclass Firecracker, but probably would just get trampled. It goes for Baby Patasaurus too. Baby Gallimimus is below them. So, no. Okay, this might arguably be the strongest Dilophosaurus in franchise, Jurassic Park's Dilophosaurus. So where would I put him? I'm putting him there because I still do think that like it would get like beaten by the other ones. And this, there's no question. It was a complete hatchling. I don't know why. Complete hatchling. It would have no chance against any of the other ones. It definitely most likely is the weakest dinosaur in the franchise. Okay, but Blues Trio, where would they rank? I would say they're above the other ones because combined I mean not trio, the squad they're definitely above all of them because like they actually we can see they actually can fight, and the Baby Anastoceratops goes below her, and okay, now the female Anastoceratops. Female Anastoceratops got the crap beaten out of it by eh, by the aloe, so and it is smaller than the other ones, so I'm gonna put him right there. Actually, I'm gonna put him. Yeah, but the bull goes here because he was capable of like completely eating a car. The bull Nasutoceratops goes right there. Okay, demon. I'm so glad we got more feats from him in Chaos Theory, but we also didn't. But sadly, it still wasn't really that much. So even though we most likely probably will get more, maybe I don't know. Where do I rank him? He's above. He's probably yeah. He's probably It definitely is weaker than the Outlaws, and it could probably most likely outclass all these other guys because I mean the Suchomimus died to a Majungasaurus, and Majungasaurus is definitely smaller than them. All right, Red. I'm so glad that we got a chance to see just how smart Red was in Chaos Theory. Where would I put Red? You know what? I'm gonna say Red is below, and I would also probably put the other ones there too, because they just didn't really have a whole lot of good feats. Jurassic Park Alley. We also didn't really get a whole lot for them. Well, we did see like them like jumping on a big log was able to shake in it. So yeah, they're probably the strongest galleys. Ghost. I would probably say they are stronger than the other siblings. She's probably stronger than the other sibling. Actually, what? Screw it. I'm put all the Charles above the siblings because they are like physically more bulky. But I still don't think any of them would beat Bull or the big one. Okay. Prologue Rex is most likely the weakest Rex in the franchise. Yeah, personally, I would say it is weaker than them because it was incredibly slow. Surprisingly, the juvenile baryonyx with the prosthetic, it was capable of like pretty much like crushing a human's head, so that was a good feat for it. But it's definitely I'm gonna say it's below the Dimorphodon. Microceratus could definitely get outclassed by all of them, but it's still good manhandle. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say it's above the compies. Above the compies. The baby Dimorphodon is above them, but definitely not above. Like we didn't get a whole lot of feet to him, but we definitely could tell that it could manhandle the other ones because like it's bigger. Dreadnoughtus. Hmm. Dreadnoughtus is the heaviest, so I'm probably gonna say it's above. Above the other sauropods. Um, the chicken. Um, Chicken Boy. He goes there. Morris Intrepidus goes above. I'm gonna say it goes above. Actually, I'm gonna say it goes above the baby galley, but definitely doesn't go above. Definitely doesn't go above the Dwarfodon. Okay, the Giga. Now, as you can tell, it doesn't specify prologue or Biosyn. And I would like to mention that there isn't really much of a difference between them, but prologue is most likely stronger. So where would I rank him? Um, Definitely one of the strongest ones in the franchise. It could be Rexy, but I still don't think it beats. I still don't think it beats the Andon because the Andon is so much smarter and has like so. Sure, like the Giga like is definitely he's most likely probably physically stronger and physically more durable, but with the Indom's like abilities and it's her pure intelligence and all the weaponry she's got, she definitely beats him. Iguanodon had no feats, but where would I put him if he did? Probably there. Jurassic Park Paros didn't have any feats at all. Okay, this is where it gets controversial. The Therizinosaurus, here's a huge hot take. There. Listen, the Therizinosaurus had one really good feat that it had that a lot of people don't bring up. The Therizinosaurus, when Rexy threw the Giga into the Therizinosaurus, its claws pierced him and he held him up. Keep in mind with this, the Giga in Jurassic World, this Giga right here, weighed 9 freaking tons. This guy lifted 9 tons. So, yeah. Pyroraptor's incredibly underrated. I'm so glad we got other feats for him in there. Pyroraptor, where would I put him? We got like a lot of really good feats for him. You know what? Actually, I might say he's above the. But like, it's something interesting. It's like it was actually able to hold itself alone against 3 of the Trosseraptors. So actually, I might put it above because like, and also like if it goes in a snowy environment, it's capable, like jumping down in the snow. Ketsa, where would I put him? Um, hmm, put him at bottom of A tier. It was able to like rip. Actually, screw it. Yeah, it was able to like rip open a jet and things like that. But I definitely do think the other dinosaurs could outclass him. Weakest power in the franchise, minus of course the feetless Jurassic Park power. Um, yeah, Locust. Let's just say it's one. Let's just say it's one because an entire swarm could wipe out probably all of F tier. So let's just say it's one Locust. One Locust. Where would I rank him? There. Beta. Beta is most. Beta is probably most likely stronger than these guys, stronger than the Baby Raptor. So yeah. Um, I don't know why there's a Dominion Stegosaurus. I, okay, I, I guess I'll put it tied with them. I guess. Okay, the Lysosaurus. I mean, not yeah, Lysosaurus. Yeah, it was capable. It had a bite force so strong that it was capable of, like completely shattering bone that we got a chance to see in a can in a Chaos Theory. So yeah, and the Baby Chrono could definitely outclass it. I would definitely probably say the Baby Chrono would most likely be able to beat Firecracker. Dominion Dilophosaurus probably the weakest Dilophosaurus in the franchise. What the heck is that? Okay. Where would I rank him? Um, um, you know what? Yeah. Okay. Junior. Junior could definitely beat. You know what? I might put Junior at the bottom of D tier. It could probably beat all these guys. I mean, obviously minus the feetless guys. The Metrodon. Where would I put him? I don't think they beat Junior. I'm putting it at the top of F tier. Baby Bumpy. Baby Bumpy was capable of manhandling compies, but even then, she still wasn't really that strong. So I'm gonna put her there. And Bumpy herself is probably the strongest Ankylosaurus in the franchise, with her being capable yeah, actually no, she's probably not the strongest. I'm probably gonna put her yeah below the below the Jurassic World. We didn't get a whole lot of good feats for the gray Ceratosaurus, but we did get some good ones for him for Chaos Theory. So where would I put him? I'm putting him at top of C tier. All right. The bioluminescent paras, I completely forget what the next one is. Like Lux Para. Where would I put them? They were capable of, like rocking a boat, so probably there. Chaos. She goes at the same ranking as that, and Limbo is probably most likely tied with her. And Grim, sadly, goes at probably below the Serrata. Okay, Scorpius is my favorite hybrid in the franchise. It is my favorite. But where would I put Scorpius? Listen, I'm gonna put Scorpius here because listen, it's tied with the Indoraptor because a fight between the Scorpius and the Indoraptor is a 50-50 shot. Let me explain. The Indoraptor outclasses it in like speed, IQ, and all that. It outclasses it in that sense. It could definitely sneak up and like attack Scorpius and most likely kill him. It would be a long fight, and I definitely do think if it was just down that, it could beat him. But, 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 its venom is so potent that it was capable of killing a whole Brachiosaurus. I didn't put him above because if the Brachiosaurus actually put up a fight, they probably could win. But the venom was so potent that it was capable of killing a Brachiosaurus. Just think about that. And it went through that within like seconds. So yeah, Ouranosaurus, they were not really that strong. I'm actually probably gonna put them below the Nosaurus. Buck. Oh my God, Buck. Um, you know what? Uh, top of A tier. I probably would say he probably could beat the dinosaurs. That's just my personal opinion. Tarbosaurus. Um, yeah. Actually, yeah. Tarbosaurus did have some very good feats. Let's just say that this is Jurassic Park 3's Triceratops, which had no feats at all. It only had like a slight second of screen time. Okay, combine them both together. Combine both Buck and Doe together. Where would I rank them? At the top of A tier. Combine both their forces together. Okay, Jurassic World Rexy. Listen, here's the thing about Rexy. We saw that in Camp Cretaceous, she did not like her own home. She was like, like taking she was taking like trees and putting it in like to make a nest. So she wasn't comfortable in her home, which means that like animals that aren't comfortable in some of their places, they like don't eat like as much as they normally should because they're not comfortable with what's going on. So, and she probably most likely is. She definitely is above these guys, but I still think she would probably get beaten by the Spinosaurus. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, Chaos Theory. Okay, the Majungasaurus. Where would I put Majungasaurus? Where is Majungasaurus? Yeah, beat Suchomimus. So yeah. Um, I forget what it's like. It's like Luthanic Baryonyx. It was a completely blind Baryonyx. But how strong was it? It was pretty strong. But it wasn't, like overly strong. So where would I put it? I'm putting it above the other Baryonyx. Because, like, if you actually had, like, the person, clicking, they definitely could, lower it to attack. Okay, Fallen Kingdom Rexy. Listen, Fallen Kingdom Rexy, like it was shown in the movie that the animals were suffering on the island. They were just like dying because of the conditions. She is most likely stronger than Jurassic Park. And like, listen, also I am. You know what? Actually, I'm probably gonna put her above Lily because she did have a really good feat with the fact that she held back a helicopter, and the helicopters can weigh in and around I don't know, like around 8 tons. So like that was a pretty good feat for himself. But I do, actually, yeah, she beats the source. Okay, Beckled Spinax. Beckled Spinax was pretty good because like it was capable like ramming into a van and like surviving, like being like knocked off and things like that. But it still wasn't really that strong. So I'm probably gonna put it at the top of C tier. Um, Geba is literally the only Gallimimus that can fight. So where would I put Geba? You know what? I'm gonna put Geba. I'm gonna put Geba right there because Geba could fight. Geba can fight. Okay, the Green Carnosaurus. Green Carnosaurus, like a lot of people like they put it as like really strong, but it didn't really have a whole lot of really good feats. So yeah, but where would I put him? Um, Definitely above him. But I mean, it was able to like manhandle his Suchomimus, but still, I'm gonna put it there because I feel like the Nasutoceratops could probably beat him. All right, last one. Camp Cretaceous Rexy. Rexy had like Rexy was stronger than her Fallen Kingdom counterpart. But you know what? I'ma say she's below Buck. Because Buck will like completely thriving and like can't control Rexy. If you want to count the fact that like she just got out, she's still like, like trying her hardest to, like live throughout her life. But she was able to manhandle the Tarbo. And listen, like I'll also like to bring this point up. A lot of people think Rexy needed help against the Tarbo fight, but she did not. Listen, sure, the Tarbo knocked down Rexy, but that doesn't mean anything. If you get knocked down, you just get right back up. It literally means nothing. So yeah, Rexy was gonna beat the Turbo anyway, but like the other guys just like got the Turbo's attention. It didn't matter. Rexy was gonna win either way. But anyways, guys, there's my tier list for the rankings. Sorry if you don't like some of the mashups. I know a lot of people out here keep on saying that like Buck is the strongest one and he would outclass all of them except the Moza, which is in my opinion not true. Buck is incredibly strong. He got close to being put in A tier. He got close. But I do still think Big Edie is stronger. And you know what? Nah. I was about to say I was gonna put Doe and Buck in there because they could most likely beat him, but then again I still don't think so. So there you guys have it. Now, obviously by the time I'm making this, Rebirth isn't out yet. But if Rebirth does come out, I'll do a remastered version of this where I add the Rebirth dinosaurs in this and see where they rank. I am actually really excited to see how strong the D-Rex is, and also I know a lot of people don't like them, but I'm actually really hyped for the Mutodons. I don't know why, I just like it. I just hope they make them look scary. Cause like Scorpius Rex is my favorite. Is my favorite it's my favorite hybrid in the franchise particularly because like it just looks creepy and it's really cool looking. It's like really cool. I don't care if anybody thinks it's ugly. I really like it. Also, I would also like to point this out. A lot of people keep on saying that the Jurassic World franchise is nowhere near as scary as it was in Jurassic Park. In my opinion, Jurassic Park also wasn't that scary. But Camp Cretaceous easily takes the scary part because like you got Scorpius Rex, you got this guy. Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory were horrifying. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for staying around, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.